Yeah, nigga. It's Benny. Yo, I'ma squeeze the juice out you niggas. Yo, look, I don't regret the homies I cut off or the bitches I canceled. A blade in the kitchen, gripping a pie handle. You sitting, clipping an innocent bystander. Low income livers grew to be niggas with high standards. Hey look, got my introduction, robbing shit and hustling. They call to squash the beef, that's not in the discussion. Made it to the point only reached by 5% of hustlers. Put it on the stove, I stretch it, then I can get contuplets. Sparking pistols with long extenders. Spray the driver's side like we tryna wash the windows. Something big and long on me, I won't argue with you. I'ma let it off, then hit you, then dolphin flip you. Look, you know the squad 100 if the boss official. GXFR, I fuck around and carve it in you. We got used to being stars, speeding off from venues. Ate at Benny Hanna's and never ordered off the menu. Let's go.
Welcome back to a brand new video. Decided to be better than yesterday, and I'm glad you chose this video to do just that. I just finished some of my squats. Honestly, I'm happy with how that stuff moved, considering I ain't really been back for a leg day since like, I wanna say a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and that was the last time y'all really saw me on the channel. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish out this leg day. I'm gonna knock out some leg press, and some leg extensions, and then I'm gonna work into some hamstrings. I usually would do like an alternating situation where I go between hamstrings, and then I go quads, but we finna go all quads, and then knock out the hamstrings at the end, just because I feel like sometimes I lose my pump in the hamstrings, or I just lose the drive to continue. So the two movements that I do, I want to be like pretty intense, and I'll already be taxed by that time anyway, so it'll be whatever.
Not connected, then you never spoke to me probably. I'm riding in the Ghost, but I'm smoking Ferrari. He said if I buy the tech, he gon' throw in a shotty. Cook it while you looking, if you broke or you slow, that's hibachi. I ain't with this rap crap, I back smack fam. Pap this Black Mac, then flatten that man. There's niggas in Cack Sack who eat Jack Mac then, going sharp in the top from the Jack Mac can, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas know about that. Fuck y'all niggas know about that. That's why they sitting here. Street shit, nigga. Y'all niggas forgot. I'm your reminder, I'm your consequence. Benny. Griselda. I'm the last nigga you wanna see. I mean, that's why I mentioned how good I'm at cooking the brick. Went so deep in the game, understood I couldn't repent. Stood on the strip, P89, full to the tip. These bullets are swift, you probably gon' lift the hood of your whip. Main nigga, I ain't never been belittled before. Y'all shaking hands with them niggas in the middle of war.
Nowadays, everybody's focused on training harder, focused on just the strength training aspect of their routine. But it's important that you realize that recovery is where the real gains happen. At the end of each week, once I'm done with all my workouts, I have been going through a full recovery routine, and thanks to Higher Dose, I'm able to make this something that is completely feasible and actually effective. I start my routine off with some yoga on the PMF mat. Yoga is definitely one of those things that I've neglected in the past few months, but as I get into this new year, I really want to prioritize that recovery aspect. So doing it on the PMF mat has allowed for me to ground my energy, reduce muscle soreness, and balance out my nervous system. I will say that my routine is still a work in progress. If you are a beginner, then don't be scared to jump into something like this. If you can honestly just get some stretches in that push you past what your usual range of motion are, and you can just sit in those for a bit, I promise you it's better than doing nothing. Now the mat does have a multitude of uses. You could actually add this to maybe your mattress, like below it, or just add it to where you're sitting out on the couch. It's heated, so you get a few benefits with it. Once I finish up with the yoga routine, I actually just lay there on the mat and take a slight nap, just because the PMF actually stands for Pulse Electromagnetic Therapy, and I noticed that I recharge just by laying there. Now lately, once I finish up on the mat, which usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to do, I actually work on the microcurrent body sculptor, which allows me to relieve a lot of muscle tension and reduce a lot of tightness that I may have built up. I use this because it gives me a similar feeling to a deep tissue massage, but once I turn the body sculptor on, it actually acts in a very similar way to electric muscle stimulation therapy, and if you guys have ever had that, it is to enhance and speed up muscle recovery. And I'll use this over my more problematic areas that typically give me the most trouble, that are usually tight. So for example, my lats, my shoulders, shoulders, my arms, and in my calves and quads. From there, I move on to easily my favorite part of the recovery routine, which is the sauna suit. I sit in this for about 25 to 30 minutes depending on what I'm doing, and this really allows for me to reduce a lot of the water retention I deal with. If you guys do know, water retention can lead to higher blood pressure and a more stressed out physique, so having a sauna suit instead of having a sauna is a little bit more versatile and convenient at the current moment, and while I wait on getting a sauna, this will definitely do. Now, these things are really just recovery made simple. And if you're serious about making actual strides in your growth, recovery is not optional, it is mandatory. It is part of your grind. So I think it's also important that you open up your vision to things that you may have not tried out before for recovery. So whether that be yoga, the sauna, just laying on the PMF mat, whether it's you trying to sculpt and release some tension, whatever it may be, it's important that you stay open to it and try it out for yourself first. So if you're ready to take your recovery to the next level, then I think that it's important that you note that higher dose may be a good fit for you. So go ahead and hit the link in the description so you can find out more. Hey boy, it's cold out here in Houston for real. You hear the wind blowing a little bit, I'm pretty sure. I know I ain't got no windscreen on this mic. I've been trying to order a windscreen for like a few weeks now. I can't find one for this mic for nothing. But I want to drop some gems real quick actually. I've been, in the wake of me doing all that damn work, I also been taking notes that I wanted to bring over here when I had the time. So, oh boy, come on now, open the door. It's cold in here. I'm sorry. I mean, it is cold in here, but it's definitely cold out there for the most part. Whew. All right, let's see how this looking. It's looking okay. Ain't looking crazy. Oh man, yo, it's cold outside for real. Like, they ain't messing around. I'm from Florida, man. I don't really do all the cold weather like that. I gotta be honest with you. But, ooh. Oh, boy. Let's get that going. Seat warmer on. I usually never get in my car with my gym clothes still on, but this is the warmest stuff I have in my bag right now. I gotta change the clothes, but I don't think it ain't finna fulfill the purpose of staying warm. You know, like, it's not gonna do it. I just want to drop a gem because I want y'all to like try this activity, because I feel like this right here is something that a lot of people honestly could grow from if they just realized how discipline works. But I'm gonna go ahead and just prop this up real quick. Now, that someday that you talked about happening one day, let's go ahead and start today. Because if you start today, then one day that someday will come true. And that's something I've been thinking about for at least the past few days, because I feel like I'm always saying, you know, someday I'm gonna do this, someday I'm gonna do that. And a lot of times when you sit there and talk about that someday happening one day, it never comes. Because if you keep putting off one day, you have no timeline. You have no understanding of when that one day is really gonna pop up. I want us to practice a task real quick, because I actually practiced this task. I found it on TikTok. But the lady pretty much said, I want you to try to, and I correlated this to something different, of course. I correlated it to something very, very different. Because I felt like it was a good analogy. It was a good metaphor for something else. So I want you to try to take your right foot and just turn it clockwise, right? Just turn it clockwise. Now, at the same time you turn your right foot clockwise, and then try to draw the number 6 with your right hand simultaneously. There'll be a select few people who find this pretty easy, but the mass majority may find this pretty impossible, pretty difficult. And that's because a lot of times your brain is trying to figure out the easiest way, the most, it's trying to deal with pattern recognition. It's trying to go back to a habit that it usually had already had. And that's why when you try to draw that number 6, your foot starts to follow in a counterclockwise pattern, because the brain doesn't work in a way where it can sit there and just do multiple things that are off script of what it is used to. So when people ask you, and what I correlated that to was, I thought that was a good analogy for talking about how hard it is to stay disciplined. Some people find discipline very easy. Okay, some people find it extremely easy. Sometimes discipline is so tough for somebody that it feels impossible. But the person who it feels tough, the person who it feels impossible for, will sometimes look to their left and see somebody doing it with ease and think, wow, is it really worth it? Because I'm not doing it that easy. I feel like we get shunned nowadays for trying hard. And that's what you have to realize you have to really do. You have to be trying excessively hard at things in order to get what you want to get out of it. If you're not trying excessively hard, all right, I promise you this, usually it won't happen. It doesn't matter how cringe you look, or how cool you look, or how stupid you look, or how smart you look. It's cringe until it works. That's just what it is. So when it comes to being disciplined, do it, and do it even if it's hard. Do it no matter how hard it is, okay? Do it no matter how hard it is. When you try to turn your foot clockwise and you try to draw that number 6, remember how difficult that is. If you were to practice that every single day, eventually you will get good at it. You will get good at it eventually if you just practice it. It doesn't matter how tough it is. If you practice that every day, that'll be your party trick. Discipline needs to be that for you. If you practice it every single day, it will happen. Now, on the note of discipline does not work unless you have motivation. To the people who sit there and say motivation doesn't matter, there is no reason to remain disciplined if you have no motive as to why you do something. Good morning, Tubeski. Gotta go walk over here to the apartment gym, knock out this cardio. It's really gonna be relatively light. I knocked out my leg day yesterday, knocked out 30 minutes of cardio yesterday morning, knocked out an hour 30 before that, so your boy really been on that shit. Woke up this morning, flight out 2:46, had a late snack last night that has like a lot of fiber and stuff. I had popcorn, yeah, some Smart Pop, so that probably had me like a little bit stalled as far as like waking up with a little bit less water retention, but I ain't too worried about it. Like I said, it's a process. I need to knock out like 30 minutes in here, and then from there, I'm gonna go in and get that. I might go like knock out the crunch thing like immediately, because I really don't want to be stuck on that all day. I'd rather just like get it out of the way, because I still want to get my actual workout in. I'm debating on whether I want to do that at crunch or not. It's not something I want to do. I want to make an edit for IG, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. And maybe I'll walk y'all through that, just because I feel like y'all been asking for that as well. So, you know, I'll just do it as like a courtesy. I'll get that. If you want free gyms, like how I had the color grading video. So, yeah, let's go ahead and run this and then get up out of here. Have a good morning. Maybe I'll go grab a quick breakfast or something, or make something real quick. I'm not too sure, but first thing and foremost, we're getting this cardio done. I've really been making it a staple. If there's one thing when I wake up, what I'm gonna do is I'm doing my cardio. Getting out, getting active, taking my steps, all right, hopping on the stair stepper, hopping on the treadmill, whatever it may be. 30 minutes minimum, hour 30 max. You know what I'm saying? So just getting that in and making sure I stay really ahead of myself and set myself up for success. Because what I notice is like when I do get some type of activity in early on in the day, like first thing in the morning, it sets up the rest of my day for a successful day. So I want to just go ahead and knock this out. And then from there, I'll be able to think a lot clearer about how I want to take this day and actually game plan. I might even game plan while I'm on the stairs. So let's do it. Somebody said something about me using the Nothing headphones, the Beats Pros, and the Shocks. I use all three for different purposes. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, I don't sit there, I'm not putting nothing on the channel that I wouldn't actually use myself. That's one thing like I try to stand on, is like the integrity of this channel. And even if I do a partnership, yes, I need to make money to continuously make videos and do what I do for a living. But at the same time, I'm not gonna promote something that I'm not comfortable promoting. That's like one of the things that goes into me choosing which partnerships I do. So when I do these, I'm not sitting here just out here like, oh yeah, bet you gonna pay me this much. Sometimes I don't care how much somebody willing to pay me. I'm not promoting a product if it does not fit or it doesn't go seamless into my content, all right? So even if it's something I don't use, maybe y'all want to use and try it out, then so be it. So for example, the Shocks, they would not be my first choice of headphones, but if it comes down to me using them, I have them in my back pocket to have. They're good headphones for a run because they fit over the ear, and they also don't drill into your ear, so you can easily like not have to worry about when you're running and dealing with like not being able to hear the traffic and stuff like that. Like you'll be able to know when there's traffic around you while still getting sound quality. My favorites are gonna be the Fit Pros. All right, that's easily my favorite. I could push them into the ear. I can sit there and put on noise cancellation. They fit with the whole iPhone framework interface. I mess with those. But then my favorite over-the-head headphones has got to be these. The Nothing headphones. They're easily better than the AirPod Maxes for both price range and just style and quality. Like the AirPod Maxes are ass headphones, bro. They're not good. The AirPod Maxes are not good. Anybody who tries to convince you and tell you they're good and tells you to buy them, the only time you should be buying AirPod Maxes is if you are sitting at a desk editing on a Mac, okay? Like if you're not using them for editing, you're not using them for just like lifestyle walking in the house, they're not even comfortable to wear half of the time, bro. And if you chew gum or something like that and you wear them things, you'll get a headache, bro. But these I like these headphones a whole lot. And this is not an ad, obviously, so that just clears up some shit for people who got something to say about that. So yeah, there you go. Also, somebody had something to say about a few people actually had something to say about the way I was washing my car last video. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm still getting used to that aspect. I haven't had a nice car to know exactly how to wash it. I just knew you don't take it through a car wash. I know you're not supposed to use the brush, so I appreciate the people who reached out to me and told me, like, hey, like, you probably shouldn't do that with that car. I appreciate that aspect. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna hold the handles for majority of the time. I don't wanna hold the handles. I'm trying to get out of that habit. I feel like I burn more calories by not doing that, so I'll tap with y'all post cardio.
I done came from these racks and these riches. I come from the jeweler, I want me a Maybach. Niggas talking they shit till I pull up with this. Fuck around, make you my fucking layback. I done came from the struggle with down on my ass. I ain't telling no lies, I can say that. I ain't having no money to scrape back. Now I put my money in the split rack. Put my dukes in the foreign, my bitch in the roof. I'ma call me some shit to invest in. They said I couldn't do it, like what is you saying? Little nigga, like who is you testing? I ain't know when to play. When I get to this shit, I be running it up, I collect it. Niggas move to the side when I'm stepping. Keep it Glock on my hip, I'm protected. Yeah, what is you doing for real? Tell me what is you doing for real? Got a heart and it's made out of steel. Fuck a bitch, she told me wanna feel. Got a kid for like man out of steel. Fuck it back like a banana peel. Keep it stick cause I've been in the field. Nigga, kiss, I'm a girl.
Can you do something for me? Can you hit a little rich flex for me? 21, can you do something for me? Drop some bars to my pussy ex for me. 21, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? 21, do your thing, 21, do your thing. Do your thing, 21.
Yellow diamonds in the white. This shit costs a lot. Never send a bitch or die. That's how you get shot. I DM in vanish mode. I do that shit a lot. Took her panties off and this bitch thicker than the pot. All my exes ain't nothing. Them hoes busted.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. The rainwater, because it's been raining for a few days here, it cleaned my car. Like, I don't got no dirt or water spots in this car right now. It's wild. Appreciate you, nature. It's time to head out though. I was really debating on whether I wanted to go get a meal before or after. I got food that I cooked in the crib, but at the same time, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet, and it's already about to be 1 soon. So once I finish up with this workout, definitely got to grab me some grub. Like, easily. That's like a mandatory thing. So I'll do it after. I don't want to really interrupt the vibe that I currently got going on right now. I actually need to throw my phone on the charger, throw these heated seats on. I don't give a ooh. Which ones, these or these? I'm really thinking these. These go better, but I need to wipe them off. If you're a creator or you're looking to like make content, keep a fiber cloth rag like in your car or just with you at all times to wipe like your lens off, to wipe like glasses off, to wipe anything off, bro. Like, if you promise you, fiber cloth's gonna get that shit off. Whatever smudge you think you got, it ain't gonna be there long. All right, let's go ahead and head out. Get some music playing. Hey, seatbelts on, man. Safety first. I hear you. Just relax. Just stopped to the mail room. See what we got from Gymshark. Oh, finally, bro. So they asked me to shoot some content for the tactical drop that happened, but they didn't send me the bottoms. So like the tops had bottoms to match, and I guess they just sent me out the bottoms. God, we already had this. What size is this? 2XL? We already had this. Yeah, so we got these shorts. Yeah, needed those. So smooth. Bro, I feel like everybody got a hype song for when they get into the gym. I can't play mine on like YouTube because it's gonna get copyrighted. And I recently just upgraded to the highest quality version of using copyrighted music that I like. How I do it, I just upgraded to like the highest version, so I can use as many songs as I want to. But unfortunately, some music is just not on there. But this is my hype song. To come to the gym right now, like this song, when you hear it, you can ask for it in the description. But I'm not playing the whole thing. Like, this shit get me going for real. Like, to another than Louis for dinner. Dabbing that pussy fishing, I'm scuba, and then hard glasses like substitute teacher. If I'm being real though, I'm really just doing this right now. I'm over here listening to music because I really have been procrastinating about walking inside of this gym. Because again, it's been like 2 years since I've been to a commercial gym. I mean, to each their own. I really don't go to these gyms, not because I don't like the equipment or nothing like that, but it's because I've always had issues coming to commercial gyms, which is why back home, I didn't go to commercial gyms. I went to local like mom and pop gyms, or I went to a private gym. Because like when I come to commercial gyms, a lot of times they give you issues with recording. I got stuff stolen here. Like, bro, it's like I was at a Crunch back in Florida and my AirPod Maxes, my first pair, got stolen. Bruh, I checked the location on the GPS, which is why I'm not for the whole buying AirPod Maxes, bro. Like, if somebody was to tell you and de-influence you from getting them things, if you ain't get them yet since they dropped, I'll be the first one to tell you don't get them things, man. They really not it. They are not the things you thinking they are. All right, them shits are trash. So don't get them headphones if you ain't got it yet. All right. But I got them, and they got stolen. But because they don't have loss and theft prevention on those, because they don't. Once you disconnect them, you can restart them and pretty much just connect them to a brand new phone, and it'll be like a brand new device pretty much. Can't do nothing about it. You pretty much shit out of $600, and that's really what it was. Because when I got them for like $650 or $700, because that's when they first dropped, and they still had like only a few colorways, and the black was the most expensive colorway. So I had got those, and yeah, my ass was grass at that point. But literally, Crunch act like they had no cameras. They act like they didn't have a camera on right above me on the Stairmaster. They act like they couldn't pull the cameras to check it because for whatever reason. I guess because I wasn't a member, I was a guest. I don't know how that even makes sense, but they didn't want to have to deal with the fact of my headphones being stolen. I went back there for almost a whole year asking every other few days, like, hey, did you guys manage to get access to the cameras? Sorry, sir, we can't do that. We had to get our general manager and local district manager. Okay, well, give me their email. Reached out to them, no reply. They ghosted me, bro.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration.
Crystallizing the realism of life and actuality. Focus the baddest, a person's status depends on salary. And my mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live the dream for all my peeps who never made it. Cause yeah, we were beginners in the hood as 5%, but something must have got in us. Cause all of us turned to sinners. Now some resting in peace and some are sitting in San Quentin. Others such as myself are trying to carry on tradition, keeping this weapon wrestling street ghetto essence inside us. Cause it provides us with the proper insight that guide us. Even though we know somehow we all gotta go, but as long as we leave and leaving, we'll be leaving with some kind of dope. So until that day we expire and turn the papers, me and my capers, I'll be some